All right, so I want to begin this video by just framing this for you. I am not directing this at everyone who is working on this project. Rather, I'm specifically directing this at the people who I'm annoyed at, who are the people who are almost certainly getting paid a lot more than they deserve because they are not taking their job particularly seriously. The people who are actually doing their job correctly, then please be aware that I'm going to sound very annoyed and very angry here, but it is not directed at you. It is directed at the people with power who are not doing their job correctly. But this is going to be just sort of like how you need to understand due diligence. Like, I don't understand how you guys send somebody to talk to me who then says we're afraid of what happens when you have too much power. Because it sounds to me like you guys just didn't do any correct due diligence at Wegmans at all. Did you guys like call Wegmans and talk to the abusers there who abused me and then said, yes, Walker doesn't like being abused and we didn't like it that he didn't like it when we abused him? Because that's kind of what it sounds like whenever I'm talking to you. Like, don't even remotely think like you understand my work ethic if you don't hear stories about the garlicky greens problem, if you don't understand what I mean when I say how I helped get Jeff Lombardi fired, if you don't understand like my digging into the rigatoni bolognese problem, or like how much extra tasks they assigned to Meal Center whenever I was the team leader there and how I did my best to protect my labor, if you don't understand how I investigated the problems with the qualitative and quantitative assignment of labor to RTC whenever I was down in North Carolina. Like, don't waste my time just because you guys won't do your job correctly. If you're afraid of what Walker does whenever he has power, then it's because you're trying to play power games with me. Do not play power games with me. That is not the nature of good power. The nature of good power is collaborative. The nature of good power is cooperative. It is something where multiple people can work together sharing power correctly, which is what I have offered you to begin with. And so, like, if you want to know how Walker behaves when he has power, rather than asking the people who have had power over me, the people who have used that power to hurt me, to hurt the people who I'm responsible for protecting, why don't you do yourselves a favor and ask the people who I have protected how they felt when they were under my power? Like, God, do your jobs. I'm so mad at you. But I'm also more mad at Wegmans than at anybody else working on this, because those guys are just like, if they were a publicly traded company, then we could obliterate them here. Unfortunately, they're a privately owned company that effectively has zero debt, so there's kind of like nothing that we can do about it. But that place is not remotely what it presents itself to the outside. That place really is just like a torture chamber of horrors. There is nothing good or pure about it except for the labor there. The management is almost entirely corrupted by bias, and where like the only thing that they really care about isn't profits, it's not labor, it's not the who we are values. The only thing that they really care about is protecting their friends. And if that's what you're doing here in regards to your own due diligence, protecting your friends, then you're fired.